Garnet Shalom. I want to start off with giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahshua, Ba'ashem, Lakakadash. The one to the others and apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom to the Ophilek. Hope this video will be edifying. And yeah, let's get into it now. Topic that I want to be talking about today is do the work. Do the work. But meanwhile, you're doing the work, also do what is required of you to do, concerning taking care of the brotherhood as well, you being among the brothers, fellowshipping, helping each other out where you can. Those are all important things as men of the Lord in this truth, because we are all we got. You can't rely on family, on worldly friends, because like it says, like the scripture says in Sirach, like some men are friends for their own occasion. Some men are friends for their own occasion, and once it's time that they go, once it's time that shit hits the fan for you, they won't be there anymore, So, yeah. Let me jump a bit. So this First John chapter 2 and verse 9. He that said he is in the light and hated his brother is in darkness even until now. You see, so you're in darkness, man. Thinking you're in the light, you ain't in the light. You ain't in the light, you in darkness, man. Straight up in darkness. Thinking you doing something, thinking you doing the work and stuff like that. Meanwhile, you literally didn't fix yourself up. You didn't talk to anyone, to fix that problem. What is that? If you have art with one another, if you have art with your brother, you need to squash that shit first before you go and basically give your sacrifice unto the Lord, like the scripture says, right? So if you out here doing the work, but still you haven't squashed your beef, your little quarrel that you had, then yeah, like the Most High ain't gonna accept your sacrifice, because if you can't forgive your brother, how do you want the Most High to forgive you? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all. Let me see. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. You see, so if you love your brother, and what does that mean? Treat a brother just like how you want to be treated, basically, man. Treat a brother just like how you want to be treated. That's it. If you don't do that, then you're in danger, man. You're in danger. You're making a big mistake. Because the Most High sees what you're doing. Even Yahushua washed the feet of the disciples. And he doesn't have to, but he did it anyway. Because why? He was meek, and that's showing that brotherly love as well. You see? But yeah, if you think you better than Yahushua, you don't wanna forgive a brother. You don't wanna take heed to the commandments. You think you just gonna make it by yourself. Hey, then that's on you, basically, man. And that's your problem. because hey, scripture says, um in Luke scripture in the scriptures in Luke say, like, um let me see, that the servant that knew his master's will and prepared not himself, he's gonna be beaten with many stripes. Because why? He knew and he still didn't prepare himself, man. So that shows you as well, like, hey, take heed unto the word and do what's required of you to do. Don't just do stupid shit, because that's gonna get you into trouble, a lot of trouble. Let me see. But he that hated his brother is in darkness, and walketh in darkness, and knoweth not whither he goeth. Right, because that darkness had blinded his eye, thinking you right and everyone else wrong. That's a bad a bad thought, man. That's a bad way of thinking. You think everyone else is wrong and you right. It don't work like that, man. That's not the case. It's not everyone else is wrong. No, you are most likely wrong and everyone else is right. Because if multiple brothers see that you're doing something wrong, you gonna get checked. And that's that brotherly love. Even King David said, like, let righteousness smite me, it shall be excellent oil, right? So watch out, man. Watch out with what you do, what you say, and watch out with your actions as well. Am I doing the right thing? Am I doing what's required of me to do, or am I doing some bullshit? Because basically, if you don't squash the beef that you have with a brother, you're walking in darkness, man, and you're blinding. Your eyes are blind. You don't see in how much trouble you're actually in. How big of a thing that is. It's just like the Spartans. It's the 300 Spartans. It doesn't say 299. So it was the whole number, 300. You see, so every single member counts, man, or else they wouldn't have won that war. Most likely they wouldn't have won that war. They wouldn't have won that war, man, most likely. And that's why watch out, man. Watch out with pride, watch out with strife. Like, I believe it was Ephesians where it says, but let envy, strife, let it not be named among you. Matter of fact, let me look it up. Right, Ephesians 5:3. So let me start at verse 2. And walk in love as Yahushua also had loved us, and had given himself for us an offering and a sacrifice to the Most High Yahweh, for a sweet smelling savor. But fornication and all uncleanness or covetousness, let not be once named among you as becometh saints, neither filthiness nor foolish talking. So jesting, foolish talking, filthiness, things that gonna make you unclean. Don't let these things be named among you. But this is not actually the scripture that I wanted, but it still goes in a bit. Let me just read verse 9. For the fruit of the Spirit is in all goodness and righteousness and truth. Yeah, this is actually not what I wanted. Let me get James, man, because this is not what I wanted. So this James chapter 1 and verse 21. Wherefore lay apart all filthiness and superfluity of naughtiness, and receive with meekness the engraved word. So leave all those filthy things behind, man. You know, that old man, the old ways and shit like that. Leave that shit, man, because that shit is bullshit, man. That shit is bullshit, basically, man. It doesn't do nothing, man. You know, the old man, like what does the scripture say? First Corinthians. Um, when I was a boy, no. Yeah. When I was a child, I understood as a child. I spake as a child. I walk like a child. Roughly paraphrasing. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. So that's one of those childish things, man, that you gotta put away. You know, put away these foolish things, man. You know, that are not beneficial, basically. Filthiness as well. So the the shit, for example, that Alizé did, that lasciviousness, man. That's filthiness right there, man. Pegatron. That's filthiness. You know, things like an unbribed lust. You know, for things that are not scriptural. You know, sexual acts that are not scriptural. That's lasciviousness, man. You know, put away from these worldly things. Let me get Galatians 5, and yeah, that's the one I wanted, man. That's the one that I wanted concerning when you're in the brotherhood, man. So look at this. Galatians 5:19. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murderers, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of Yahweh B'Shem Yashai. You see, so you ain't gonna make it, man. You ain't gonna make it. You're not going to make it if you act this way, man. You know, uncleanness, adultery, those are not things that should be named among someone that's a man of the Lord in this truth. You know, that should just not be the case. You know, let me see. Hatred, you know, that's another one. Wrath, that's another one. Strife, you know, whole time. Man, we had a dude like that basically he got kicked out of the camp because the whole time there was beef with a brother, man. Whole time fucking 10,000 councils. Every week it was council because dude thought that everyone else is the problem besides him. You know, and the thing was, he was the second in command. So yeah, he was basically running things, man. You couldn't really tell him something because brothers even started doubting, like, hey, are they doing the right thing? Because he's longer in the truth and stuff like that, and he might be you know, he knows better and stuff like that. Meanwhile, that was not the case, man. You know, all that all got revealed, basically, man. That all got revealed. You know, but yeah, that's about it, man. So he even hated a brother, and he couldn't stop that hatred, man. He just kept on going with that, man. He couldn't stop. You know, so that's one of those things where, hey, if he don't change his ways, he gonna be in trouble, man. Because we already went through, we already went over what happens when you know, behave this way. You know, so with that, I'm gonna close this video out, and yeah. Hope it was edifying. God halal, Yahweh B'Shem Yahshua.